Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Stay tuned to hear more about all that Skillshare has to offer.
Hey everyone, welcome back to PencilStash. So I sometimes get sent new coloring books, and this one I just got sent. It's called Flowerscape. It's a botanical coloring book by Maggie Enterrios. It is published by Page Street Publishing, and it's really pretty. Sometimes I'll get books that, just kind of aren't my thing, but this one is just beautiful, and I thought it'd be really nice to share it with you guys. So I will leave all of the links where you can find this down below in the description, and I thought we could do a little bit of a flip through and maybe even color a little bit from it, but I thought we could support a brand new coloring book artist and check it out. So stick around. All right, so like I said, this one is called Flowerscape. Right off the bat, the book is actually really nice. It actually says premium binding, stays open, hands-free. It's really heavy duty, very, very good quality. And as I flip through, I really like the weight of the pages. They're nice and thick. Like, I think you could even tear these out if you really wanted to and maybe do a little bit more kind of heavy duty mediums on them, maybe markers or watercolor even. We might have to test some with some watercolor. That might be fun. But definitely, pretty good quality, just kind of by feel. And it's just a beautiful color scheme. I don't know about you, but I'm really drawn towards these like lavenders and these kind of more bluey kind of little pops here and there. I think it's just lovely. So very good styling. And this purple in here is so, so pretty. I kind of want to draw something on here, just as like this blank space is just calling to me. And let's see. Just kind of going through, having all the title pages. This one is very pretty. I'm always drawn to a book belongs to page. I don't know why. It's very, very pretty. I like the composition. Ooh, introduction. Let's read this actually. Flowerscape is your escape to a world that is bursting with abundant blooms, twirling vines, and hidden creatures. Imagine yourself wandering through a flourishing garden. Relax, reframe, and allow yourself to freely thrive in creativity. Watch the pages spring to life with every step as you play through these lush illustrations and geometric designs. There's no right way to fill these pages. Whether you choose to color, to shade, or to doodle additional plants and animals, let your creativity lead the way. I have built a foundation of botanical illustrations that await your contribution. In adding your unique touch to each page, you are truly finishing the story that I began, creating a gorgeous, collaborative work of art. Share your coloring online by tagging @color Flowerscape and #Flowerscape. No matter where you are, let Flowerscape take you to a place filled with beauty and growth. There are no thorns in this garden, only joy. Now, I really like this. This is very, just kind of refreshing to have an artist kind of acknowledge like, hey, I've given you a little bit of framework. I gave you some line art, but I'm also giving you the tools to finish it, to put your own spin on it, and to add your unique touch to every page. So I think that's really nice. I think that at its core is coloring. You're basically taking the start of what the artist gave you and you're finishing it. I think that's really, really neat. So let's jump in here. The pages do, in fact, lie flat. I think that's really, really nice. There's nothing worse than like you coloring and your book, slaps you back in the hand for your trouble. So very nice quality there. Again, it feels really nice. Now, my favorite pages in this book are actually these ones. These are very simple, just kind of singular flowers. On each page, they have a little bit of, they're named here. So I think there's a lot of unique, fun things that you could do with this. And there's a lot of these. So we'll definitely have to try one of these out. Oh yeah, see? Decorative dahlia, ball dahlia. These almost look like mandalas. And what's nice about these is that, you could fill up this entire page if you wanted to. You could kind of use this as your jumping off point. You could give it a cool background. You could draw more of these. Like you could actually try recreating this on your own and maybe putting your own spin on it if you wanted to maybe learn how to draw these. I think that's a really unique way to kind of try to learn some of the styling here, and you could, you know, sketch them out. I think that's really fun. And then I really like the composition here. I like this sort of negative space sort of traveling through like this kind of third of the page. I think that's really unique and gives you a lot of room to play there. This one's pretty. This is actually a mirror image, so this could be really fun. Unique way to color this. Very pretty. Oh, I love birds of paradise. I am absolutely drawn towards like very tropical plants. Like in my wildest dreams, my garden would just be full of birds of paradise and tropical plants. And I love the frogs that are kind of hidden in here. There's 2 of them that I can see. I wonder if there's any more hidden in here. But this one is definitely calling my name. Monstera, little Echeveria, is that how you pronounce that? I'm so bad with names. Nice. I do love coloring succulents. I think that like green / like red violet kind of purpley color on succulents is just so, so pretty. You see me do that quite often. Stargazer lilies, are these the ones that smell really bad? I always think lilies like look so pretty but smell so bad. Columbine. Here's another mirror image of each other, or at least almost mirror image. Crocosmia? Chrysanthemum? I can't even imagine drawing that. That just makes my brain hurt. Ooh, this one is super pretty. There's a lot of negative space here. You could do a lot of fun with this. And I really like these leaves. Look how pretty these are. They kind of almost remind me of like peacock feathers, those ones with kind of like the eye in it. That's very pretty. Some butterflies hidden in here. Some of these pages are quite busy, which, you know, definitely takes a bit of patience and time to color through this, but I think a little perseverance, this could be very pretty. Hibiscus, ooh, another tropical one. This is so pretty. I really like this sort of oval shape with everything kind of in here. It's beautiful. Looks very Victorian to me. I love that. Treasure flower? I don't think I've ever heard of that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Somebody below, tell me how to pronounce that. Ixoria? That's my best attempt. Is that those ones that are like clustered in one little ball and then have like a single stem? I think I have this in my garden. Maybe not. Maybe this isn't it, but it's definitely similar. Ooh, this one I love. This is so neat. I love this background, like very geometric with a very organic sort of shape of flowers and leaves here. This is beautiful. This one might be my favorite page so far. It lays flat, but you do have to kind of beat it into submission once in a while. Ooh, orchids. Orchids are definitely another plant that I love. I've never been able to keep one alive for more than a few months, but this is very pretty. Peonies! Peonies are my absolute favorite. These are gorgeous. I have 2 peonies in my backyard. I have one, I planted both of them at the exact same time. One is probably 4 feet tall and enormous and has the most beautiful blooms on it. And the other one is tiny. It's like maybe a foot tall, maybe gets 1 or 2 blooms. It is not happy. Not happy at all. Protea, these are neat. That's pretty. Oh, talk about tropical. This is very pretty. Again, lots, and it's a double spread. You need a lot of patience to do this page, or this double spread. But very pretty. Pansies. I like how this is almost like wallpaper border, like a wallpaper pattern. Very neat. Just kind of a unique composition for a coloring book too. Like I find a lot of this very unique. There's a lot of flower coloring books out there. And this one just has a little bit of a different spin on it. Love the negative space here. I love these giant oversized leaves. That's cool. And these ones that sort of have a, I don't know if those are holes or if they're just a different color. You could do whatever. It's your color. Apricot blossom. Oh, look how pretty that is. This is beautiful. Very pretty. I wonder if this is like a cardinal or a blue jay. I always forget which birds have that, like mohawk. Love it. Very pretty. Trillium. That's gorgeous. See, look at this. So there's like a single stem of these plants here, just in the middle. And then on either side and in the background, it almost looks like those, what are those called, where you like look in the tube and you turn it and it kind of creates those like geometric shapes. I have no idea what those are called. But that's totally what this background reminds me of. Hybrid tea rose. This one's pretty. This is one that I would like to try to sketch out. I'm not very good with flowers, so this one would be fun to kind of try my hand at. Very pretty. Another negative space kind of on the diagonal like she likes to do. Very pretty. Very pretty. I do like when kind of that top like fifth is open. Create a little bit of a sky if you wanted to. Frangipani. These are beautiful. Very, very cool. I like when they don't show that center. Like some of these show a center and some of them don't. I kind of like when they don't. Ooh, Daphne. Here's another one. This is very pretty. This background is beautiful. Definitely going to be color in that one. Fuchsia. I never know what these are. I always get hanging baskets with this, you know, flower plant inside of them. And I always call them firework plants because I can never remember what they're called. Fuchsia. You'd think I'd remember that. Here's another really busy page, but very pretty. There's lots of different flowers on this one. Lots and lots. All right, let's learn about the artist actually. Maggie Enterrios draws pretty things and has been doing so professionally since 2010. As a commercial illustrator, published author, and speaker, Maggie is most known for her dense style of botanical illustration and pattern creation. Maggie considers herself a maximalist and thrives in the intricate details of design, drawing inspiration from the ornamental styles of the Art Nouveau and arts and crafts movements. That is definitely what I'm seeing here. That's very neat. After attending art school and starting her creative career in Chicago, shout out to my Chicago natives, Maggie now spends much of her time traveling, chasing summertime and delighting in nature in bloom. That is living the dream. Good for her. Flowerscape is Maggie's third publication and her first coloring book. Love it. So that is Flowerscape. This is a beautiful coloring book. So I kind of want to test out a page here, and I'm curious what page I should do. I'm kind of tempted to do like just one of these little ones just to kind of test it out. What should we do here? That's funny that she calls herself a maximalist because I was kind of calling some of these pages busy. I like the way she framed it as more of a maximalist approach. I wonder if she does digital art. Like the idea of drawing this on paper is quite the undertaking. So I wonder if she maybe creates each individually and then kind of puts them together digitally. It'd be interesting to kind of see what her process looks like. All right, I think we're gonna do this Protea. I think this is so pretty. I'm not overly familiar with this one, so it kind of interests me and I kind of wanna do a little bit of like homework on what these look like in real life. So I'm gonna do a little bit of homework and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So when I look up references, I'm normally looking at Pinterest. I don't know about you guys, but I just find that Pinterest is just like a nice kind of curated catalog of photos. You can Google search anything as well, but I definitely like to look on Pinterest. This way I can just scroll very easily and look at how interesting and unique these flowers are. This is super pretty. I like the kind of lighter pink base and then kind of a white tip, but on the inside, the tips are almost dark pink. I think that's really unique. And there's almost like a pale lime green sort of in this center part. So that's definitely interesting to me. They're apparently on pop sockets. That's a thing. Oh my goodness. Look at how huge these are. I didn't really get a sense of scale. These are enormous. That is super, super cool. I am definitely drawn to this color scheme. It's a bit pale for me as a colorist. I'm definitely drawn to a bit different color palette. Ooh, that's pretty. I really like these amber leaves in there. All right, focus, Rachel, focus. Wonder if they only come in pink. This is pretty. We could go a little bit more kind of dark and moody on it, and we could even pull out some of these greens maybe here at the bottom. That might be pretty. All right, I think I found it. I think we're definitely going to do this dark moody one just for funsies. And we'll just kind of draw inspiration from this page. We'll draw a couple of colors. The couple of things that I do want to remember is that the inside of the petals is darker than the outside. That is definitely something kind of unique, and I think we should definitely incorporate. So I'm going to keep this close by as some inspiration, and I'm going to pull some colors. So I've been loving my faber-castells recently, and I think I want to use these today. I really like this madder color, maybe some magenta, some middle purple pink. I think we can probably get away with these for a bit. I might try to use a little bit of my white, but I might actually bring out some paint pen a little bit later. But let's start with these, and we'll just kind of see how far we can take it on the flower part. I'm gonna try to do some of these just like tips right here. And I'm just gonna put a bit of a placeholder of white, and then just kind of try to like loosen my pressure or lighten my pressure as I move down. And then I'm just going to kind of go down my gradient. So this one, and then this one. And just see, and I am coloring so lightly right now, so lightly. And over the white, it is definitely helping these stay super light. Like you can definitely tell a big difference between where it was just paper and then where I had kind of originally placed down that white. It is helping these stay nice and light just to have a nice transition. Now I'll pull this one out. And there's a little bit of like some stripey kind of action in here. So maybe we can recreate that maybe in the middle part. Now I'm just gonna go in with this magenta color, just kind of in some spots. And I want to give it just a little bit of texture. So my strokes are a little bit more firm, and I'm just creating some lines there, just for fun. I'm gonna go back in with my white, and I'm gonna blend just a little bit with this white. I think it'll create just a nice little milky texture over top, and it'll just really drive home those white tips. And I'm also going to do some of the back side of these just to show you a little bit. Oh, and by the way, I really like the paper quality. I'm getting some really good feedback from the paper. It's not dragging any of the ink. Like sometimes if you find coloring books that you love, sometimes either the paper's not good or the ink kind of runs when you try to blend it. This has all of the necessary good parts of a good coloring book paper. So in this one, I'm just going to put a little bit of pink up at the top. I want it to read mostly as dark, but I do want just a little bit of that light pink up at the top. Kind of like the next section down, like this part is going to be here. I'll use my white to blend again, just because. All right, I think I'm gonna do the rest of these real quick, and again, I'll be right back. All right, I've laid a good foundation of my colors here, and I do want to drive home a little bit more darkness at the bottom of these back petals. And I think I am going to do a little bit of work with a super dark blue. This is Prussian blue. Let's see what this looks like. It is coming through very blue, but I think I might be okay with that. And the reason I chose blue, I kind of thought that the blue and a little bit of the pink would make a little bit of a darker kind of purpley gray color. It did kind of that. Not quite how I thought, but it actually worked out pretty well. And I think I'm just going to try to blend this a little bit with my dry cotton swab. So now I kind of want to do the inside. I don't even know what to call these little tendrils, this like flower kind of cluster in the center. And I really want to do that little pop of like acid green on the inside. But if I recall, they were also like a very, very light gray. So I'm just going to do maybe like 2/3 of top down in gray. And actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do the green first and just sort of drag the color up in a couple of spots. And I'm really trying not to get it on the white tips. And the reason I did the green first, I think it'll just sort of create a much truer color than if I tried to go over it with gray first and then put the green on top. All right. Now, I really want to do that kind of dark, moody green stems at the bottom here. So I'm going to grab that same green that I used, a bunch of dark greens, maybe like a super dark brown, maybe a super dark gray. I don't know. We'll just kind of play around with these colors here and see what we can build. And I like adding gray here just because I think it will darken some of my greens. If you look at the Faber-Castell, at least the set of 60 that I have, there isn't a very dark green. So adding a little bit of gray in there will kind of just deepen this green a bit. And I'm just going to add in just a touch of black, amp up the drama just a little bit. All right, here's our rose. It is so pretty. I'm really, really happy with it. I think I just want to create a bit of like an irregular shape as just a fun kind of modern background. And let's see what we can do here. I think I kind of want like an abstract circle, but like a little bit more like something that kind of plays into the shape here. Like that? I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably going to use something very light, like this medium flash color. Actually, you know what? Let's try to find something even lighter. I kind of want even like a light kind of corally color. I'm really tempted to use peach. Let's go peach. That'll be fun. I found this peach. I think that peach is really pretty. This is just a Blick Studio. Oh no, this one. This one is a Blick Studios peach. Let's try this one. Let's live dangerously. And I am trying to stay like just on the inside of my pencil line because later on I might try to erase it. And when you're doing big swath kind of areas like this with one color, I always try to go back over areas in different directions with like these circular strokes, or even like by actually moving your hand, just because it'll create a smoother effect. You'll get all of the kind of pigment into the tooth of the paper, and you won't be able to see your pencil marks as much. All right, I have a nice layer of that going. And again, that was just my Blick Studios peach. So I might go over that just a little bit, just to blend it with my light peach, my Prismacolor light peach. And what that's going to do is just help to further disguise some of my pencil strokes. See the difference? It's a big difference. Definitely worth one extra pass. And it doesn't change the color much, it just helps to blend. Now I'm just going to take a good eraser and just try to very gently erase some of my pencil line. I went a little bit too close up to that line. So we'll see how good of a job I can do. All right, one last fun thing, just because I can't help myself. I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm just going to go over top of some of these areas just at the tip, just to really drive that home. And not in all the areas. It's probably going to be really hard to tell, but that's okay. I just wanted it a little bit brighter white. When you blend it, it just tends to get just a little bit muddy, or like faded or muted. You know what I mean. And then around my edge here, I think I might try just like an interesting dots and dashes kind of border on the inside. And I purposely tried to like create the shape over the name of the flower here. I think that's really pretty. And that's what I mean about the white space on this page. You can really come in and just kind of do something really interesting. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You can, you know, do something fairly simple like I did here. Or you can get really creative and do something kind of out there. Or you can use it like a sketch page and try drawing this flower, or try completing the page somehow. This white space kind of leaves it, you know, very open-ended, which I quite enjoy. So there you have it. I really liked coloring this. I found the paper very good. I found the subject matter beautiful. And I really like how our page here came out. My favorite part is actually the part that I added, just because I felt very, you know, creatively motivated. So definitely fun to play around with that. And speaking of creatively motivated, try saying that 3 times fast. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare, where you can actually take classes by highly creatively motivated people. Let's hear a little bit more about them.
Thanks again to the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Now, if you liked learning from me today, you're going to love learning from all the talented creators on Skillshare's platform. Skillshare is an online learning community for creators with thousands of classes in design, art, business, so much more. If you want to improve your knowledge on any topic, Skillshare has a class for you. Like this class, Make Your Own Coloring Pages with Rhea Sharon. This short class will teach you how to find inspiration, sketch your ideas, then ink and create digital files. It's really an interesting class if you like to draw and have always wanted to create your own coloring pages. Now, premium membership gives you unlimited access to classes, communities, and workshops that are just right for you and your learning goals. So join the millions of students already learning on Skillshare today with a special offer just for PencilStash viewers. The first 1,000 viewers to click the link below in the description will get a free trial of premium Skillshare membership. Now, after your free trial, Skillshare is super affordable, with an annual subscription being less than $10 per month. And with all the growth potential that these classes have to offer, that is a fantastic investment in yourself and your personal development. Act now for this special offer and start learning with Skillshare today.
All right, thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Thank you again to Maggie Enterrios for sending me your beautiful, beautiful coloring book. I will leave all of the links on where to find this down below. And thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Bye. Happy coloring.